move on to the first session of the meeting, prepared speeches. Today, as all the speakers are delivering their CC1, I think one evaluative reading of the objectives would suffice. So I request Master Alex to read out TM Elango's speech objectives.
Good afternoon, everyone. All the speakers are attending Project 1, the icebreaker. The objectives are to begin speaking before an audience, to discover speaking skills you already have, and the skills that need some attention. The time allotted for this icebreaker speech is 4 to 6 minutes. All the best to all the speakers. Thank you.
Master Elango says that for him taking the first step is always difficult because he always wants to deliver everything perfectly, and he'll end up realizing that he should have started a little earlier. So he says that he's not going to sit and wait anymore. So here he is to deliver his first speech. I request Toastmaster Elango. The speech title is Young Prince. Young Prince Elango.
Once upon a time, there was a beautiful village called Sendurai in Tiruchi district. In that village, there was a cute boy who was charming and calm. He is also disciplined, punctual and hardworking. Being the eldest son of his family, he undergone a lot of struggles, and coming from a poor family, he was struggling to complete his education. After successfully completing his education, he decided to come out of his comfort zone. He started to take his first step. Yes, he moved to Coimbatore, the Manchester of South India, in search of his life. By now, I hope you would have guessed the personality. Any guesses? The answer is Elango. That's wrong. Tushar, yeah, it's right. His name is Selvaraj. He is my father. Happy afternoon, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome all guests. My name is Elangovan Selvaraj. You can call me as Elango. Elangovan is a Tamil word. Ila means young. Ko means prince or king. So the Tamil word Elangovan means young prince. As my name suggests, my parents also brought me up as an young prince. I was saying about my father in my self-introduction because my father is everything to me. I have inherited all the qualities from my father, except that he is cute but I am more cuter. That's the difference. I am blessed to have a very happy and lovable family. One thing being in Chennai is like, every month I got a vacation. But every month I go to Coimbatore, which is my native place. Coimbatore is like heaven in the earth for me. Early morning when I reach my home, my mom will be busy cooking half-boiled egg. I will go to the kitchen and I say to my mom that, Mom, I don't want egg today. She will say, this egg is not for you but for Neenu. Neenu is our pet dog. I will see my younger sister, she is Priya. She will be bringing cream biscuits for me. I like strawberry flavor, so she will be taking strawberry flavor. I thought she is going to give it to me, but she will be giving it to Neenu. Then what I will do is like I will get my share from Neenu. We are both friends, so I will get my share from Neenu. This is how my family life will go whenever I go to Coimbatore. I used to think that when I started earning, I will be happy. Money brings happiness. This was a myth which I had. After I joined my job, one day my dad came to Chennai and he wanted to visit me. So we went around Chennai, and that day what happened, I was spending all the expenses for the whole day. I didn't allow my dad to spend a single rupee. I was spending all the money. I was waiting for that day for my whole life. I was waiting for that day to happen. But that day did not give me happiness, but I had tears in my eyes. It was like all my life, my dad was spending for me and he is taking care of me. But when that changes, I could not bear that change. That was really like uncomfortable change for me, and I wish that I am a kid, I am a child, always. That was an emotional state of mind for me. I like dancing. So what happened, one day there was an office function going on. After all the events were over, I was dancing on the floor. One of my colleagues said, hey, you dance very well, no? Why you don't dance on the stage? Actually, I did dance on the stage. What happened was, one beautiful girl was dancing next to me, so no one noticed me dancing. Then I realized that I should not dance along with any beautiful girls. I should dance alone. During my school days, I used to be in the band group playing trumpet. So in the band group, like we used to go for many school functions and we used to go there. That time, the interest in music has grown in me, and that interest in music and dance has matured in my life. I love being in the volunteering group, and I am a member of Chennai Trekking Club. What we do is like we go for volunteering and we used to help others. One day I was coming in my bike and one gentleman, he wanted lift. So he asked me lift. So I usually give lifts for all members. So I wanted to ask him to get into my bike and we were going. I asked him where he wanted to get on. He did not reply anything. I thought he was busy with his mobile. So I was going. I was thinking that he's going for some interview. He was like fully neatly dressed. He asked me to stop in a weird place that no one was there. I was surprised. Why you are asking me to stop here? He said, I will catch Pokemons here. Then only I thought I should not give lifts to Pokemon catchers. I am going to write a tagline, no lifts for Pokemon catchers from now on. It happened yesterday. I have a dream. I have a dream to spend one day of my life as a beggar. Sometimes in life, I tend to forget the value or fail to realize the value of money, food, family and friendship around me. I used to wish for more and I complain or I used to wish for more. I feel that day when I am losing my identity and I am starving for my life as a beggar, that day will teach me the value of money, the value of food, the value of friendship and the value of family. Jim Rohn once said, you are the average of 5 people who spend most time with you. You are the average of 5 people who spend the most time with you. I am blessed to have happy and talented people around myself who made me and who shaped my future. I would like to live my life happily and contented with whatever I have, and I would like to help others with how much ever I can. This is my motto. I conclude saying that I don't believe in crores of money, I believe in smiles and happiness. I repeat, I don't believe in crores of money, but I believe in smiles and happiness. Over to you, Rashmi.